Hello and welcome to another episode of the Prof series. This time we'll be talking about a paper by Dr. Gopinadhan, Paliyath, and Dr. J. Subramanian. Dr. Paliyath was the researcher at University of Guelph in charge of studying post-harvest physiology, which is to say the storage of fruit crops and how to improve storage. Dr. J. Subramanian is a researcher and plum breeder at Vineland Research Institute and a teacher of tissue culture. Dr. Paliyath recently died in October 2022, but he left behind a great deal of work, of which I'm covering one paper. This paper covers Dr. J. Subramanian's work and Dr. Paliyath's work, using hexanol formulation for extending the retention and shelf life of a mango. Let's get started. The mango is commonly referred to as the king of fruits, providing a fair amount of micronutrients and vitamins to those that consume it. The most important mango varieties cultivated are Alfonso, Begumpali, Bengalara, Neelam, Mugoa, and Imam Pasab. India on average exports over 42,000 tons of mangoes a year. This is initiated through the production of ethylene, which increases the cell wall degradation enzymes and other compounds that make the fruit ripe. It's been found that the suppression of these enzymes can enhance the shelf life of a tomato, as the tomato follows the same pattern as a mango in terms of its ripening process. These processes can be delayed through lower temperature, the elimination of mechanical damage, and reducing ethylene production. In India, 30 to 35% of fruit and vegetable losses are post-harvest, an economic loss estimated to be around $33.3 billion in US dollars. As a consequence, many technologies have been developed within India to reduce this damage, as well as extend the shelf life. This also led to the development of different chemicals such as 1-MCP and AG, as well as silver nitrate and cyclohexamide and benzodiazepinol and various waxes to extend the shelf life of these fruit. 1-MCP was successfully employed in enhancing the shelf life of apples, plums, bananas, strawberries, and pears. In the past few years, as of the writing of this paper, hexanol formulations have been found to be effective in enhancing the shelf life of many temperate fruits, such as apple, pear, peach, grape, and sweet cherry. Hexanol is a naturally occurring compound produced in plants through lipogenesis after tissue damage. Actions of hexanol have been reported to extend freshness of fruit by inhibiting the enzyme phospholase D, a chemical responsible for fruit deterioration. This has led to the creation of a new harvest spray called EFF. To that end, Dr. Paliyath and Dr. Subramanian tested this chemical on Alfonso and Begumpali mangoes. The plants were sprayed with a 2% rate of hexanol at 30 days before harvest in one treatment group and 50 days before harvest in another treatment group. The shelf life was then analyzed. The analysis found that hexanol actually inhibits the growth of certain pathogens that feed on fruit post-harvest. In another experiment, botrytis was inhibited through a related chemical called 2-hexanol, which has a double bond, and inhibited spore germination on fruit post-harvest. Regular hexanol, however, has also been found to reduce the incidence of gray mold, as well as anthracnose. These two diseases are estimated to be 35 to 45% of the yield loss in post-harvest situations. Consequently, if this is used, there will be a 4 to 5 kilogram of fruit increase per tree in terms of fruit stored for future use, if this chemical was used in managing post-harvest diseases. It was also found that the spray of hexanol increased fruit retention by 20%. The physiological weight loss, which is one of the natural processes that causes the fruit to deteriorate, was reduced by half. The control lost 20% of its weight after 3 weeks, while the hexanol sprayed fruit only lost 10% of their weight. The rate of starch conversion to sugar has also been diminished with dose spray of hexanol. There also seems to be no alterations to fruit quality or fruit texture or flavor for the fruit itself. Basically, the fruit ripening process is just going in slow motion. Dr. Paliyath and Dr. Subramanian conclude that This spray could be useful in lengthening the shelf life of fruit without altering the attributes of said fruit, and that about covers everything. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you really enjoyed it and think you can donate, you can do so at Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description below. Thank you for watching.